What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey, man. This your host Trey, and that's my man Face.
What up, world?
Man, we got a lot to talk about and a little bit to catch up on. All right, so let's go ahead and crank it up. This chess match has been going on for now 2 games straight between Mike Malone, okay, and Eric Spoelstra. Last night, I sat and I had a conversation with my son Tristan in depth about the chess match and how things have played out thus far. But Face, I hadn't got to speak to you yet. What is your reaction to your prognostication and my affirmation of what was stated the last time we were on talking about Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets? We
I,
both go ahead, tell them, Face, let them know, man.
hey, it was looking down for the Heat, but I know the Heat always had the fight still in them. I didn't feel like the fight was knocked out on because for one, Denver haven't lost at home in none of the playoffs, so for them to expect to go get one game one, that was a big expectation. But Jimmy knew, and I think the rest of the Heat knew they was gonna get one in Miami. And I said that
Mm-hmm.
this the second game was to be the best time because they got a little rest, they got acclimated to the different time zone and
And
so
the,
hey,
the height,
the
being up
time,
in the
yeah,
mountains,
the matchup, hey,
being up in that
the
mountains with them
matchup,
cloud with that cloud watch is another thing.
and I said that I said start love, let Joker get his, and don't let the rest of the players get going in Miami. Use that same formula, and it worked. It worked.
Yes, sir. It definitely
So
did,
hey,
man.
now you got to deal with the confidence of Miami knowing that they could actually beat this team. You know, being that they beat them twice this season and it started out looking rough for Miami. But I knew after that second half of that first game, they had something to build on. You seen
Bruh.
it too when they seen them score 10 points and yeah, it was something to build on, and I think that it's gonna be a good game, like a good series from here on out because, like you say, it's a good chess match, and we're gonna see who makes the next best counter move.
I honestly believe it's kind of like watching a heavyweight fight, or a street fight when you got a big dude against a little dude. And that one time when the little dude finally catch the big dude and he sees him bleed and it's on because everybody bleed, not just me. You bleed too. You know what I mean? And it seemed to
Hey,
me like the Heat
the,
trying to get it in blood.
the fight is on.
Yes,
The fight
sir.
is on.
All right.
And I think about it. The Heat did something that no other team hasn't done in the playoffs until the last game, and that's beat Denver at home. So
Yeah.
now you know this it's a chink in the armor. So now that you
Mm-hmm.
know it's a chink in the armor, you got to try to slay the giant now. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Trying to slay the giant. If you're gonna do it, now's the time. Go home, get you some rest. Those players that didn't play as good in the first game, maybe they gonna play better because role players play better at home. You know what I
Yes.
mean? They comfortable. They in their bed. So hey, this the time. If you get another one in Miami, now you got they really they gonna
Nah.
be on their heels because it start making doubt set in. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of sports is nothing but confidence. If you shoot the ball with confidence and it goes in, now your confidence is building for your other players. But now if you start letting that doubt creep in, all those players ain't cut out to be dogs like you say. All of them ain't dogs. They just go win and win and win. So we're gonna see who got the most dogs on the team now.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's definitely gonna be a dogfight, man. Now, the biggest thing that I took away from that game though is Miami played great. Okay, Denver played good, and Miami still barely won.
Miami
Okay,
has some lapses
Miami
too.
played. As I said, Miami played great. Okay, Denver played good, and Miami barely won. That is a troubling thing. Okay, like if Jamal Murray had 18 points, all right, in this game the other night in game two. Jokic had 41. Jokic only had 4 assists though, so we all know that if you make turn Jokic into the scorer, which it wasn't really that they hold on, it wasn't really that they cut off those passing lanes for Jokic. He was passing them, he was still passing the ball to these dudes. They were missing the shots. Okay. And if you look at what happened in the first quarter, Miami started off on a 7-0 run to
You
begin the
know why
first
that is
quarter
though. You know why that is though. You know why Jamal Murray only had 18 points and because they
because
put
he had the
Jimmy Butler
dog
on
on
him.
him. He had the dog
They
on him for
started
a
the
total
game
of
out.
6 minutes and 39 seconds out of the time he was on the court. He had the dog on him. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll tell you exactly. I got it right here.
Hey Trey,
Yeah,
what is that? That's an adjustment, right?
yeah,
That
that's a
that
major
was adjusted
adjustment.
in the scope. Yeah, so
Well, I mean,
that's what we're
look,
seeing.
listen to what he saw. Okay, in game one, this is Murray's matchups in game one, right? In game one, Gabe Vincent against Gabe Vincent, Murray had 10 points, 2 assists. He shot 5 for 8 on field goals, 0 for 1 from three, and they were matched up for 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay, against Haywood Smith, Highsmith, he scored 5 points against him, had 4 assists, shot 1 for 2 from three. Then against Caleb Martin, okay, he had, and that was for 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Then against Caleb Martin, he scored 5 points, 1 assist, but he had 2 turnovers against Caleb Martin, and that was in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Then you get to Jimmy Buckets. In game one, he scored 0 points against Jimmy Buckets, 1 assist within 1 minute and 29 seconds that Jimmy Buckets was on him. Against Bam Adebayo, he scored 7 points and had 2 assists. So then now let's look at game two. Game two, Jimmy Buckets had him for a total of 6 minutes and 39 seconds, and he could only score 8 points and have 4 assists with 1 turnover. Caleb Martin covered him for 2 minutes and 43 seconds in game two. He scored 0 points on Caleb Martin, had 4 assists, and one of his shots got blocked. Then Gabe Vincent covered him for another minute 29. He scored 0 points against Gabe Vincent, 0 assists against Gabe Vincent, and he had a turnover. And he scored 4 points against Bam with 3 assists. So looking at the combo and the chess match moves, it's like he almost castled on him just now. You feel me? You know when you take that when you take that queen and you switch it with the rook back here in the backside, you know what I mean? And you're protected with the knight, and you got your 3 pawns in front of you. That's what they just did. That's what Spo just did to Mike Malone. The question is, what is the response? Because when you're looking at the 4 players that he threw at him, he can throw those bodies at him all day. All day, he can throw those same 4 bodies at him all day. And if you limit
But the
Aaron
thing,
Gordon with Kevin Love, like he just did, now Denver's in a world of trouble, man. So the question is, what does Denver do to respond to this?
well, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna have to do. Uh, Michael Porter, he gonna have a better game. KP3, he gonna have to have a better game. See, these dudes ain't show up at all this game. But Jimmy Buckets ain't have a good offensive game. Neither did Mike Strus. So it's like you saying Miami played great, but they ain't really played great as a team. They just had great moments for certain players. So it's
Faith,
still like Miami. It's gonna be an uphill battle for Miami regardless to win the series. No matter they got to play great
faith,
every night. And
they
listen,
shot
they got to play great every night.
48.6% from three. Miami shot 48.6%
So
from three. Miami, 48.6% from three.
no, I
Then
know.
then from the
No,
field,
I'm
they
saying
shot
that's why I say as a team.
48.7%. That's playing great. That ain't just playing good. That's playing great.
But but how many points did Jimmy Butler have?
Jimmy Butler had 21 points, shot 7 of 19.
What about Max Strus?
Vincent had 23 points.
What
And
about
Bam
Max
had
Strus?
21. Max Strus had 14. The magic elixir is not Max Strus. The magic elixir is having that third individual, third person who's going to come up and score 20 points. They don't need more than that, but they need at least 20 points from one third person.
But Kyle Lowry hit a couple big shots. That's why I say it was just, to me, it was a good team effort because different players stepped up at different times. When Denver was going on the drought, Gabe Vincent stepped in. Bama Bayou had a good day. You know what I mean? It's like Jimmy
It
Butler
was
was kind of quiet that
no, he
day as
was very
far as
quiet. When you shoot
he
seven for
was quiet that
19,
day.
when you shoot 7 for 19, you didn't even shoot 50%. Like he had a
He
bad
didn't
game for
he
shooting
didn't get
for
he didn't
Jimmy
get to the
Butler.
free throw line. He didn't get to the free throw line till like the end of the third quarter.
Hmm.
You know, Jimmy Buckets, he get to the line at least 8, 9 times a game.
That's facts,
So by
brother.
him, so that's probably why he didn't really get going like to see it in a because you know he uses that free throw line to get himself going. Once
Plus,
he get that, I
hey,
see only person I seen do that the best is Jordan.
yeah,
Jordan ain't gonna take a bunch of three. He gonna attack the basket. When he get to that free throw line, like he say, it's once he that bucket going, that ball going to the bucket, it's just getting bigger and bigger to him. So once a player starts seeing the ball going to the bucket early and try to get to the line earlier, the next game, get somebody in foul trouble. That's the way you do it. Sometimes you take away the offense by attacking them on
by
offense to get them in foul trouble. So now if they ain't on the
exactly,
court, you ain't got to worry about the offense.
exactly. So Denver's only response to this situation is basically to make the game easier for Jamal Murray, from what I'm seeing. Okay. They've got to figure out a way to cut down on those turnovers because they had a slew of turnovers.
Because
Uh,
might put that zone on them. Might put that zone on them, and that kept Murray out the pick and roll. See, once they
mm,
started playing the zone, it kept Murray out the pick and roll. That's why he couldn't get going.
it wasn't
So
just that.
Miami,
Remember,
like you said,
remember at the beginning of game one, they started the game one off going straight to Aaron Gordon heavy because they were taking advantage of that mismatch they had with Aaron Gordon against dude. But when you got Kevin Love out there on Aaron Gordon, that's a whole nother ball game. Now you're talking about having an individual who's got the mass, body mass, and the size, height wise, in order to be out there and impose his will. Not saying that he's holding Aaron Gordon to anything or shutting Aaron Gordon down. Aaron Gordon still got to the same amount
but
of points he usually gets to. He got 12 points. But at the end of the
but Kevin
day,
Love plays smart. Kevin Love plays smart basketball. Kevin Love
and
ain't
he
just gonna
stretched the
go out there
court.
and foul you. Yeah, he ain't gonna go out there and just give you free fouls like that. Like some players get lazy and just foul you, and that gets you to the line, that gets you in the bonus. So he played good defense because he guarded Joker a few times 1-on-one and gave Joker a hard time and without fouling. I thought he was
Yeah, he
gonna
gave
foul
him
him, but Kevin
hell.
Love
He
played
definitely
good
gave him hell.
defense. Yeah, he
Definitely
played
gave
some
him
good
hell.
defense. As long as you play defense and you try not to foul as much, that gives your team a chance. You know, if you out there fouling and trying to that get the other player confidence to keep asking for the ball. You feel what I'm saying? When you playing
Hmm.
good defense and you ain't getting no fouls on them, yeah, Jerko earned it, but you see what happened to the rest of the team. It hurt the rest of the team when you don't turn them into a facilitator.
It's
If
not
you
that they
once you
turned.
take
It's not that they. It's not that they took away the facilitation. Like I was saying, dudes were getting. He was getting them the ball. Them boys weren't hitting the shots. And when Miami came out on fire like that, by the time it was mid second quarter, first quarter, the score was 21-10. Okay. And Jokic decided to take the game into his own hands at that point. Once Jokic decided to take the game into his own hands from 21-10, that flowed all the way into the second quarter. Once the second quarter came off, he handed it off to Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray started to take over the game a little bit more. He started to become more aggressive. But Jokic fell back as far as ball handling at that point. And when Jokic fell back as far as ball handling and distributing and let Murray, get his aggression on and do what he want to do, dance with the ball and all that stuff there, okay, all that did was create an opportunity, okay, for not only the rest of the team to go cold. Jamal Murray is not a distributor like that. The offense does flow through Jokic, okay, but it gave an opportunity for Miami to get a true understanding of how to guard Jamal Murray. The turnovers that Jamal Murray had, he had two very uncharacteristic turnovers in like the second, one in the second quarter and one in the third. It was like where he was just dribbling the ball and made an errant pass, and next thing you know, Gabe Vincent taking it all the way down. I think that happened twice in the second quarter. That doesn't usually happen. So at the end of the day, yeah, I agree, man. It's gonna be more than just it's gonna be more than just teams coming out there and playing some ball like we played ball last time. We do
Yep.
Miami is gonna have to come out there, switch it up a little bit. Denver's gonna have to make sure that they try to get Murray free in another way, which is basically running the offense through Jokic, and the team will flourish.
Denver,
But
Denver, Denver, Denver got to sneak somebody else in there and get somebody else going. You got to get Caldwell Pope, somebody that Miami ain't really game planning for. They
they got to
game
get
planning
Michael
for
Porter
Joker.
Jr. to wake up. Michael
Yeah,
Porter Jr.
that's
ain't woke up. He ain't woke up all playoff. So, like, if he don't wake up, it's over. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I said what I said at the beginning of this series is I was expecting Michael Porter Jr. to come out and actually do something, hit some buckets. Okay, that's why I said that I would take Denver in the beginning of this series. But if Michael Porter Jr. continues to not show up like this, yeah, it's gonna be home team all day, man. The Yayo gonna take
but
it home.
I feel like that's why I say the fight is on because for one, I feel like Denver still got the confidence of Miami can't beat us. But Miami has the confidence building that we can beat you. We just beat you at home. See,
Hmm.
that's the thing. When they beat them at home, that gives Miami that confidence. Like, yeah, we can. So now I say the fight is on because I don't feel like Denver. I don't feel like Denver going to curse. You know what I mean? Joker, you see how he came, how aggressive he came out. I ain't gonna lie. When I seen Joker come out that aggressive, I was like, man, you feel me? I ain't never seen the
Hmm.
dude like really just try to manhandle people, and he was doing that in that first quarter. So I just feel like if Michael, like you say, Michael Porter get going with Jamal Murray, they got a chance. But I just feel
Or they
like
can get Aaron Gordon
yeah,
going again, but I don't see that happening because Kevin Love's on the court now.
that's why hey, when you in this locked in the series, is tweak because they gonna come with a counter. They gonna try to
Yeah.
figure something out. Like I said, but
Oh,
to
they gonna
me,
play
I would try
harder.
to.
You heard what Mike Malone said. He said his boys laid down on him, and he don't understand how you get to all the way to the finals and you lay down. Like I get it, because I'm not
Hey,
seeing
but
understanding how you get to the finals and you lay down like that.
he need to understand something though. You got a whole other team.
It's
They
not just you
think
got
they
a whole other
laid
team.
down,
You got Eric Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is one of the top 15. He was voted one of the top 15 coaches in NBA history. Yes,
and that coach,
voted.
and that coach better watch what he say. Cause words are powerful. His team might just lay down on him for reality. Cause just to lose a game is like you came out flat in certain parts of the game. Miami had points in the game where they was on sleeping, but
Hmm.
at the same time, Miami is a team that's going to play constant defense. They hang their hat on defense. So if you're getting stops in the process of, you know what I mean? And when they went down in the second quarter and how they fought back, that gave them the confidence to really finish out the game. But they could have easily get the game away because they were down like 6 points.
Yeah, remember,
And
so Denver took the win after Denver finally took the lead, right? They took their first lead 30-29 in the second quarter. Denver
yep,
held that lead all the way until it was the fourth quarter. You know
yep.
what I mean? They held that lead.
It was a 21-point turnaround. I think
Yeah.
Miami was up at like 10 or 11 at one time. Then Denver went up 10.
Yep.
I was like, damn, I'm talking about that happened so fast. I was
Quick
like,
flip.
here it goes.
Hey, but they
I
say
was
a
like, here
series
it
don't
goes.
start. A series don't start until it's won until both teams win a game, man. And
Yeah,
at the end of the day, when you go into somebody else's stadium and you're able to take a game there in their stadium, now home court advantage is for Miami.
yep. Because guess what? That was a big because they haven't been beaten at home the whole playoff. So
Yeah,
for Miami to beat them at their house, that was big for Miami.
that was a throat
Because
punch.
nobody really
That
expected them to steal one of them.
that might have been a throat
Okay?
punch, brother. That might have been a throat. You ever seen somebody get punched in the throat? When somebody get punched in the throat, brother, they look like you just took their soul. You feel me? Like that's exactly what just happened. Miami just reached
Exactly.
into the chest of the Denver Nuggets and pulled out their beating heart. The question is,
Cause I see it in the players though. Miami got quite a they got some dogs. Like players that just like Duncan Robinson. The way he came in the game and sparked this team, it ain't look like he had no fear. You know, it ain't look like he had no fear. So when you got players like that and them guys come together, hey, it's all about. It's not about the best team all the time. You feel what I'm saying?
mhm.
It's who's playing the best and playing together at the same time. And right now, Miami is finding that 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 the way to win in different moments, and all that do is build your team confidence. So now you're gonna have to beat Jimmy Buckets in the game. You know what I'm saying? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs
Hey,
out?
okay, and on that note, you guys, we're gonna leave it at that. We are not giving y'all a pick tonight. We are not giving y'all an over and under because we want y'all to come back tomorrow because we got a
Yeah.
lot more to talk about. This ain't just about Denver, Miami. This ain't just about what happened in game two, game three, four, five, six, and yes, I'm telling you seven. I'm telling you seven right now. I'm calling. I'm saying seven. All right, maybe
It's
it's
going
the
seven.
basketball lover in me. Maybe it's the one. Maybe it's the person who's just enjoying watching
That's
great coach matchup, man. Great coaching
that's another bold prediction made by Trey. Another bold prediction. Game seven. It's gonna be the series is going 7 games. Is what my partner just said. So we're gonna see. If it goes seven, guess what? It ends in the 305. Wow. Think about that. If they go to game seven, Miami gonna have home court advantage at this point.
Look, if
That's
it goes
big.
seven and they have to come back to Denver for that seventh game, because I'm saying seven right now, right? Because it's 1-1. I anticipate that they will split in Miami. Miami's not going to sweep them in Miami. Miami has lost some games at home. All right. So,
But hey, I ain't gonna cut you off. But Denver has not played that good on the road this year. If you look at their road record, they haven't played. They ain't no hell of a road team either.
I know.
They're not.
I
So,
know.
so
That's
we'll
what they
see.
lost to the Suns last 2 games. They lost to
Yeah.
the Suns.
And I told y'all, and another thing, when these series get drug out, injuries start to set in, and anything can happen. So if Miami keep fighting, it ain't no telling what could happen because Joker could get hurt. Anybody could get hurt, but Joker could get hurt. Murray. So all you gotta do is keep
Man,
fighting, Miami.
not to say
Keep
you got
fighting.
other ancillary things going on outside
And
of
I
people
want to.
getting hurt too that can happen. You have horrible coaching moves. Like for instance, in the last game, which we did not talk about yet, but the fact that Jamal Murray came out and shot that three instead of passing that ball to Jokic. Jokic was wide open. And then he could have called a timeout. They had a timeout. They didn't call it. You know?
I think they should have. I think they should have called a timeout and ran a play, or got down to who really should be taking this shot. Because if you got a timeout, you can't take it with you. It's a crucial part of the game. Y'all should have regroup, got a play in, and try to win the game like that. But at the same time, sometimes you go off the feeling of the game. You feel like you might have a matchup that you could get off on. So it ain't no telling why they did it. But yeah, they should have took a timeout. If you ask me, I'm agree with you for that. If you take a timeout, you can get a better play in. This is for the game. It ain't nothing after this. This is the last shot of the timeout and got you a good play in.
Yeah, man. Look, it's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that have transpired, a lot of things that could transpire to get this game and get make this series turn into more than what most people have anticipated. Like the whole nobody expected Miami to be here. Miami is a team that has come in and from the 8 seed and has turned nothing into something. All right, so you can't be mad at them. All right, but at the same time, you do still have to respect the fact that Denver has been the number one team in the league all year long, and that
That's why I
Miami, hold
said
up, and that Miami,
let
and that,
Denver
that and
play.
that and that Miami has not. I repeat, has only beaten Denver in the last now 12 times they played. All right, twice, twice in the last 12 times. So, but this team that they're playing with, they've never beaten them. So the players that they got right now, they've never beaten them. They've always lost. They don't know. They do not know beating Denver. So, like I said, this could be that punch. All right, where they just saw the blood.
Now it's time to feed off of it.
Man,
Feed off the
hold up,
blood.
man. Matter of fact, let's give it to them. People been here for 26 minutes. The over under is 215. The line is Denver minus 2.5. Are you taking the points?
Am I taking the points with the Heat?
Yeah, you taking the points. You taking the 2.5? You taking it over 215?
I'll take it over. I'll take it over.
So you think it's gonna go over the 215 like the last game?
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, me personally, they back in Miami now. I expect a little bit more defense. I am not gonna say that it's not gonna go over. I am actually gonna rock with you on the over on that one, even though I expect more defense from Miami. But I also expect them to shoot better. And to be honest with you, the game that we just saw Denver shoot, that was that's like the worst that they do. So if they come out and they shoot 52% from the field and 39% from three, they're gonna end up giving you 108 points still, no matter what. Maybe even a little bit more than that.
Because
And
I think
Miami
I
played
really
great
think,
defense. You know what I mean? So I'm taking
and I think they're gonna come out.
I'm taking
I
that
think
two
they're
and a
gonna come
half.
out and attack. I think they're gonna come out and attack the basket a little more. So I feel like that's gonna have the points being scored without the clock running. I feel like
Mm,
it's gonna be more free throws. So Miami really didn't get to the free throw line as much as they usually do. Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, he was attacking the basket. He wasn't even settling for the three. So what
mm.
that's telling you, the coach is telling them to attack the basket. So you got people who use the settle for three. He didn't settle for three on two or three different shots. You know what I mean? So if they attack the basket and they attack it early, I feel like it's gonna be more free throws. It might be more defense. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
that's gonna also cause people to go to the free throw line when you playing defense. So I just feel like Jimmy Butler gonna try to get to the line more. I feel like Caleb Marr gonna have a better game. He gonna put some more in there for us. And I think maybe Max Strus. Because Max Strus, he scored, but he missed a lot of open shots. So I feel like these guys are gonna be at home. I feel like they're gonna put up a little more points. So we'll see.
All right, so you
Denver,
taking so
Denver,
you
I don't see.
Miami in the over. I'm Miami in the over. I'm
Yeah,
taking the 2.5 points. I think Miami's gonna win this game because it's their first game back. I think if they lose a game, it'll be their second game in Miami. It will be because they will have taken it'll be not because they will have taken anything off or any sauce off of what they're trying to do. It'll be because Mike Malone will finally make a reaction to what Spoelstra's done. Because I'm not anticipating he's going to be able to make a quick enough reaction to what Spoelstra has done defensively right now. I think it's going to take him 2 games to figure this out, and I think by the time the second game's up, the 2 games from now, so when they get to game 4, I think that's when Denver has a chance to actually take it. But we'll see when we get to that point.
Yeah, cause to be honest with you, we don't even know the endurance of these players either. Cause we never seen Denver go this far, so we don't know. People do wear out. We
Yeah.
might think that these dudes machines, people wear out, but I want to. I know I can't speak for you, but I know we spoke about this before we came on, and we would like to send our prayers out to Jimmy Butler family. Hope everything's all right with
Yes.
Jimmy. We didn't say
Definitely.
last, but that's an important issue. So we wanted to just send out our prayers to you, man. Hope everybody all right, man. Hope your dad
Definitely,
is all right.
man. Listen, losing a family member is always hard, especially when it's a father. I have not lost mine yet. Thank the Lord. Okay. But
I could attest to that. I
I,
lost my dad.
I know you have faith. I remember when you did. You know what I mean? So I know that it's a tough, super tough thing. It's something that it's hard to shake. So, moment of silence, hold up, condolences, quick prayer for Jimmy Bucket's pops. All right, everybody. Game day with Trey. It's your boy Trey. That's my homeboy Face. And we out. Peace.
Peace.